Hello, this is Cypress Golden Bronze, and this is Monday. My voice, and I am in the closet. Yes, I am not always understood. That's why I'm in the closet. I disagree with religion, Christianity, and I really disagree with Obama. Big time. So I really a lot of black people just hit me to the curb, even relatives. So I have to do this, be me. That's why I call it my voice. Thank God we can have our own voice. First Amendment gives me the right to say I don't like the president, your president, your president. Okay, I don't want to be one of those black people waving a banner for someone that really undermined poor black people, and those poor black people got out and voted for him. Sure did. 97% of black people went and voted for Obama, and he didn't take our time. America and ISIS, and I don't know what else he did. I found out about Obamacare. You know, it's not good. Just warning y'all. That is not good. They got people that are SDI or SSI on Medi-Cal paying $140 a month for insurance. So that's really, and one lady that works, she was paying, hers is $19,000 a year or something like this. It's something wrong with that Obamacare, and they need to really work on it. So I wouldn't count on that right now, but they can still work on it forever, and that's what they plan to do. I really liked your show, Roland Martin. News Now. I love News Now, you guys. And although I'll be the first person he would kick out of his studio, because his wife, I think, is a preacher, and he's really Christian, you know. So and I don't know, he has to be Obama. I think a lot of people in the media, you can't say anything against the president on national TV. But if I was on there, I would say, you know, my First Amendment rights. I don't care for how he treated his own people. I don't like it. The poor, well, his people are, well, the blacks that are middle class, or so, they don't give a darn about nobody else. That's one of the problems in our communities. They don't. They don't. If they did, they would say something about him. We would have tapped on the shoulder and said, you didn't do that right, or you didn't speak up right after Trayvon Martin's verdict. You just didn't do it. Well, Obama can kiss my black soul, and my black soul is real deep and rooted. Trust me. Roland Martin announced today that a lot of the churches gave a lot of water. I go, hooray. Shoot, they should be doing that on a 24-hour basis. They should have hotels that they buy instead of giving instead of not helping a homeless person that came into your church, taking them through all of that stuff, and then they end up back out in the street already. These churches are not helping anything. This is in the media. So, you know, some churches like to get a little advertisement too. But good. You know why I'm so hard on them? One of my grandfathers, I had two beautiful grandparents, set of grandparents that were the happiest made me so, I was a lucky little girl. I really was. And my grandfather, Dr. Reverend E.M. Kelly, he was a pastor of a church in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Metropolitan Baptist Church. And he pastored for real because I was with him. I would roll with him. He'd be getting ready at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, getting up out of his bed after working all day for the church. And he was a teacher of African American history, I believe. He taught at MATC. So he was really busy, very busy. And I would say, where are you going, Granddad? And he said, gotta go to the hospital. I said, can I go? And he said, get your coat. And I would roll with him to hospitals, bus stations, jails. People that ran away would be at the bus station from something in their homes, or people would call us when their child is in the hospital about to cross over and transition by cancer, and my grandfather would physically go. He overworked himself, and he passed away of a massive heart attack at 54 years old. And my grandmother was a teacher. So I'm not really I'm really down on the church. My grandfather used to want to get carpet for the floor. And he worried about what the church would say. Or his LTD Ford. It was a Ford, it was green. He never got a new car. All that work he would do in the middle of the night, getting up in the middle of, that's pastoring. You know, you people don't do that anymore. There's no way I would give you a dime. And I don't enjoy the coming together with a group of people that, oh, God bless, God bless. And then they leave and cross a homeless person and say, God, I don't know how people can get themselves. They're those type of people. And talk about that person behind their back, but not help them with all that glory Jesus that they had in them about 15 minutes ago. So they're no good to the community now. It's just ridiculous. T.D. Jakes makes more money than he's got a lot of money. Get it from the church. Oh, he makes movies. But you find time. When do you find time to pastor? T.D. Jakes or J.T. Jakes or whatever. You know, when do you have time to pastor? The music is, you know what song I like? I Won't Complain. I'm sorry, I love it. It's something, when that song is sang, it's something goes through me. And it says, God has been so good to me. Ow! Now, that's reality to me, because God is from within. And I just really simply enjoy that song. But that gospel music that they had on TV yesterday, all that hoppling and screaming and all of that. And my grandmother never liked that. She was a Southern Baptist. She never liked it, all that hop. Don't rock back and forth in church, or don't clap your hands. And I don't blame her, because look where it went. But that's pretty bad. I turned that off. I didn't even look at that. That's woo. And I love music, and I can't do it. So I'm not a Christian, Roland Martin, and I watch your show all the time, and I really like it. And thank you for existing, because what will we do without you? We need to be more into ourselves and what's happening in our communities, and you help us with that. I heard you at the end of your show, though, saying, if anybody, I'll bite you. Like, I would never be afraid to say what I got to say. I don't have anything critical to say about News Now. You know, everybody has their voice, and you have your voice for religion. I do too. So I would never do that. That's just the way it is. And it's final with me. You don't complain about, to me, I think you should never complain about what other people do. You just pay attention to what you do. and what you believe in and develop that. And mine is mostly science. Neil deGrasse would have my attention before T.D. Jakes any day. You know, I hope I said his name right. I like him. So, and I like you too. I like your show. Melissa Perry, I don't know if it was on. Al Sharpton, they gave him one little hour on Saturday, I think. And it's bad too, because they talk about those debates. Who cares? I don't even know anything about the people that are running. I took myself out of that because I can see it's just beginning to be a really big slob, and they're not really caring about the people. And we're not talking about justice for the people that have been murdered, and they're not talking about getting rid of that governor over there in Detroit, Flint. Don't forget, they need to get rid of him. They need to get rid of him. They need to work on it. You know, did the people put him there? I don't know anything about electing a governor, because they need to get rid of that man. And also in Ohio, where the people knew for weeks and didn't say anything. So something may be going on. Just keep your eyes and ears open and be careful. I talk about the church a lot. I don't trust you. There's no faith and love, and I'm so tired of looking at the preachers living in mansions. You know, I've been through something in my life, and one of them is homelessness. And so I can tell you what they do. And homeless has no color. And it's doubled here in California. And they're talking about the Academy Awards. I don't know, a lot of homeless people got them some tents and have their stuff all hooked up. That's almost a bet. And not pay to stay in places. My building sinks and shifts. You know. So I'm near the mountains. I'm not far from the mountains. So it's, you know, California. All those homeless people, when I walk through the street, I just cry sometimes. Because no church is going to let them, or has thought to build just a couple of bathrooms so some people can come in and bathe. Help the people, your community. That's like talking to the walls. And we so-called spiffy black people are always walking around, hallelujah. Always, always. There's never enough time for that when there are people that are in need. Pastors should pastor, you know, before they get a dime. And then cut their pay. $1 billion, and take that pay and give it to the homeless person that comes and asks for just a room for one night. And then you holler at Jesus. Jesus was not like you. And in fact, he was so for real that the Romans envied him enough and was scared of him that they crucified him. So he wouldn't do what you all are doing. And you could never put Jesus in a mansion when there's people that need help. That just would not happen. I know that. I believe that. People say, do you believe in Jesus? I believe who Jesus and his purpose and what he wanted to do was teach you your power. Now, I was homeless. On and off. I lived in people's houses and all that kind of stuff. And I could never get help from nobody's church. And it's a private organization that helped me, actually. And Jews. Mostly it's not many blacks. But like I said, when you talk and speak of people in need, there is no color. You know, there's simply no color. You can't look at a person and say, just do it for all the blacks. No. There's white people, there's people from other countries, and it's very surprising that people from other countries find an apartment and everybody get in it and sleep in it, which is smart. They got a place to bathe, they got a place to poop. It's nothing like having to poop and have nowhere to poop. Every restaurant turns you around, you know. You all should check it out. I mean, you know why? Because you never know what's going to happen to you. You mean your mind could go, you know, and you don't know where you are. You're roaming around, you're homeless, and just other day you were rich and famous and all of that kind of stuff. So now you need help. Look at this little girl. What's this child's name? But Beyonce. She says her brother is homeless. Well, get him and take him off the street and put him in a hospital, because that sounds like dope to me. Whenever somebody goes through that and you know somebody that could take you off the street, you're worrying about something. And it could be, I want to do my drugs. I want to smoke my crack. I want to smoke. I wasn't on crack for the homeless. I got sick. So I wasn't on the crack out in the street. Thank you. But there's so many of them on drugs and they can't get off. That may be because of mental illness, and it's just sad. So you never know when it's going to happen to you. You never know when, and I never use this as an example because it's speaking out to the universe, and it might happen. But you can be a middle class black, right? And you say, I don't want to hear about, every time I turn around, those poor people don't help themselves and blah, blah, blah. But then you turn around, step out of your house, right? Get in your car, go down the street, the police stop you for nothing. It gets into a great hoopla and they blow your brains out. Now your family is listening. So always make decisions about things of helping people. Make the decision as if it were to happen to you, because you're not eliminated from that experience. Beyonce, get your brother, girl. I would never listen to you again. I'll be done with you. We don't have all that and have a brother out in the street. Have them pick him up and put him in the hospital. That wasn't good news. So Roland, I heard you say that you would bite me to death, or you would bite whoever would. I'm going to tell you, I like News Now. We don't agree on Christians, on that religion, and we don't agree on Obama. Yes, I made all those videos, and I constantly put them on my timeline. Because it's true. It's my voice. It's true. Don't try to hide it. Don't try to make everything good when it is not good. Don't try to make Rosa Parks a gold figure in the White House. Correct? That's not correct. Claudette Colvin should have something. She is the first that ever did that. The credit that you're giving Rosa Parks. You're teaching kids a lie. You know, King, I looked at a picture with him and her standing at a car. And I thought to myself, they might have been doing something. That might have been his honey. You know? Who would do that? Put somebody in history under a lie. And then the lady that you announced today that died, that had probably an affair. You know, I heard the King had a little thing going on with women and not too nice to his wife at times. I heard that a long time ago. And I don't think anybody is perfect. I just told you a part of my journey. You know, a little half homelessness. You learn about people, period. I had to rise out of that homelessness, by the way. I rised out of it by finding out that God was in me. That I was God. That I really could, there's nothing that I cannot do. And somebody that comes out of that is God. Is great. You have greatness in you. They have them in different poems and everything, but Jesus, his power was extra healing, and you know, he was just a bomb. But it was powers that he believed in, that he could use, that every human being has. So, oh, the nominations. I'm going to tell you, nobody beats Forrest Whitaker in acting. Idris can't touch Forrest Whitaker. Not even a little bit. He's cute, tall, dark, and cute. He wouldn't have nothing to do with no black girl, I tell you that. But he's not as good as an actor as Forrest Whitaker. Then you have this a movie that's coming out, Lil and Eva, I believe it was. That's my favorite. I have it taped, and I am going to look at it. I haven't looked at it. Jennifer Hudson, no, I would never vote for Jennifer Hudson. No. Y'all talking about she outsung Jennifer Holliday, and I said, oh, now you know you crazy. But Jennifer Hudson, her experience doesn't make a movie. That's a personal experience. But to tell a story in a movie, I don't think that that's going to make her a big star. That's what I'm saying. Zoe, that has been having a lot of problems lately with her skin color not fitting. I'm trying to think of that singer's name. But she was real dark. And they wanted Zoe to play. I think they finished it. I heard it on someone's talk show. And I'm going to tell you, that girl can act. My first time seeing her was in Beloved, which is one of my favorite. I would suggest people look at that again, to go back, especially when it comes to religion. And that's why most of those Christians didn't like that movie, because it told truth. Her mother was the first from Africa, which was Oprah Winfrey's mother. Oprah Winfrey played that part. And her mother, they hung her. They put a muzzle on her and hung her. And when she was killing her children, she was sending those kids to her. So we had different beliefs, spiritual, and it was all spiritual. We didn't go with the myths, because the Bible is full of myths, a lot of myths that they put into the Bible. And they're leaving out 44 books, the Catholic Church. And when they release that, it's going to be a war. Because then you'll find out that Jesus was a man with children and a wife. He was a everyday person, but he just knew his powers, the powers that he had. And people witnessed some of the things that he did, and they wanted to learn. And that's bottom line. And Rome did not like him, and they killed him. Not like him. They couldn't quite put their finger on him, but they feared his power. Beloved. So Beloved is one of the movies that you could watch. Read Makeba. Makeba, in her village, it was the Sangomas. It has a lot to do with people that have transitions can come through you and speak. It's called the Sangomas. And it's in the book. And she said that, the white people would make her go in Africa, South Africa, would make her go to the church and learn a different way of religion. So if you and there's probably a lot of information like that out, books of real live people that can tell you that that Christian was not it. Was not the first. It wasn't a religion, but we needed it as black people. We needed something to believe in. You know, just think when you're getting lynched or beat or raped or something, you need to just believe in something. And you're alone. You need to believe in something, and I think that's how we got so strong in that Christian or religion that wasn't a part of us. So Roland Martin, I know you're married to a minister. It's your belief, but you can't force that on anybody else. You know? So beat me, bite me. That'll be good. Okay? But I love your show, and I would never say anything negative about your show at all. And I look at it, I get up at 4 in the morning just to watch your show. So did I name all of the people for that's the NAACP awards. Now, I don't have any information on the Academy. I really don't. Because I don't look at those movies. And I studied a little film school. And my first semester is history. First cinema 1 and 2, I believe, was history. And it was totally boring. I knew it was a lie, especially when they put those numbers up there. I said, if you're the minority and everybody, all the minority, go to see the film, then the real majority is not going to see that film. Then the numbers are incorrect. That's common sense. Everybody's not. I don't watch those kind of movies. I really don't. They're just disgusting. They're well made, the cinematography and everything, you know, because they have the money. They're well made, but their stories are so, ugh. And I just don't. So I don't really know nothing about no Academy. I really don't. Never did since Color Purple and Amadeus. So that's it. I'm gone. I'm so glad to be with you. Roland, don't be mad at me, okay? I love News Now. Show, and thank you for having that show for us. Okay? All right. That's it. This is my voice. And I'm in the closet. Have a nice day and be safe. Ashe.